panic over tampons. A new study has made its way to social media, and it's really hard to sort through all the conflicting information that's coming at you in these short little tidbits.
And recently, researchers found toxic metals in over a dozen popular brands. But what does this mean for the millions of people who use tampons every single month?
The founder of Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh, Dr. Natalie Gentile, is here to help answer that question for us. And I think, if you're seeing this headline, immediate concern, if you've been using them, maybe you've stopped now because of it, or, if you're just having, if you have a teenager who's just getting ready to start, you may be questioning about this. So what came out of this study?
So we see some of these metals, right, some of these toxic chemicals in a lot of products that we're using day to day in our bodies, right? So we have to kind of sort through the fact that this is exposure, but is it causing harm down the line?
Yeah.
And with a lot of these chemicals, the amount that we're exposed is not so much that it's going to cause problems for us, but there is some concern around some of these endocrine disrupting chemicals in particular that we're finding in things like tampons.
Yeah.
Well, talk a little bit about toxic shock syndrome, because this is not the first time that I've heard that terminology before.
And really, it should be something that we're taught about when we start using tampons, if that's part of your life, right? Because we don't want to be having a tampon in for more than 8 hours. The main concern is about that toxic shock syndrome. It's exposure to these bacteria that can start to grow and proliferate and cause an illness because of the toxins that they release into the body.
This is one of those things, too, that I think we've all heard about. We've all heard of toxic shock, but maybe you don't know anybody who's actually had it, so it kind of feels like this myth of a thing that exists. But you saw this post that circulated on social media. It went viral. A lot of people have seen it. A young woman who was swimming in a lake and got very sick shortly after. And thankfully, a doctor noticed one of the common symptoms. I didn't even know this. It was like a red raised patch on her skin, and immediately knew that this was toxic shock. So is it a danger to swim in open bodies of water like this?
So it's really the fact that these tampons can be really absorbent. So if they're absorbing that water, that could be contaminated water, especially in a lake, for example, or even hot tubs. Some of these bodies of water plus absorption can over time cause that bacteria to make you really ill. And it might present with that rash as the main thing, but a lot of people just get really sick really quickly.
Yeah.
Bad high fevers, the rash happens, they're nauseous, vomiting, and they have to go to the hospital immediately.
Yeah, well, not to go into too much detail. I mean, I used to use them all the time and just gave up on them because I felt like I was getting some interactions or something was happening. I'm not quite sure what it was. But so what do you do if this is kind of like your go-to method?
Sure. So first of all, it's just hygiene, right? It's like washing your hands before and after insertion and removal of tampons, making sure that you're sticking to that 8 hours or less rule. And for some people, say they don't have really heavy periods, they might forget they are even using a tampon.
Right.
I've
heard situations where people put in 2, not even knowing that there was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. A lot of these things can happen. So really just that hygiene, literally like germ hygiene, but also hygiene around your regimen of using these products to remember, I have one in, I need to take it out this time, etc.
I want to go back to the study that we were talking about in the beginning of our conversation too, because you mentioned some of these endocrine disrupting things that could be in tampons and other products that we're using. What is safe? I mean, is it safe to continue using them? Should we be pausing and kind of stepping back and questioning if they're safe?
Sure. What I've tried to do in my life is not go, and I'm the same thing how I counsel patients. I'm trying not to go off the deep end, getting super worried about all of these, but I am assessing just day to day, like the makeup that I'm using, right? Menstrual products, plastics, the number of plastics that we use in our home, with grocery shopping. So just trying to cut down slowly on those things and replace them maybe with ones that have less of these chemicals in them is the mentality I'm having, because again, it's that exposure threshold that we're worried about.
It's so interesting, all of this, because I think it was just last year they started to actually test some of the period products with actual blood, which makes you think, like, how effective are some of these products? How far are they actually examining them, if they're safe, if they're effective? It does make you kind of question all of it.
Well, and if it trends with all other women's research, it's probably far behind where it needs to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
I do know that I have made an attempt to purchase like the organic, sanitary products. Does that make a difference?
It can, but really we're looking in particular for less absorbent options if you can tolerate that and use that in your regimen, because it's really that absorbency.
And the length of how.
Yes, and the length of how long you're using them. But yes, along those lines, organic is an option. Other people like to use different products. We were talking about menstrual cups before the show started. Like, there are other options that people can try.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you, I'm so glad that we're having this conversation, because I feel like 20 years ago, people had been like, ick, and like turned off the TV. But I'm so glad that we're having an open and honest conversation about this, because it affects half the world's population.
We need to empower menstruating humans.
That's right.
With this information.
Thank you
Love
so much,
this.
Dr.
Thank
Gentile.
you. All right, if you're interested in learning more about Direct Care Physicians of Pittsburgh or Rebel Wellness, we will have more information on our website at kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.